Welcome to DLM Tutoring. I'm Justin, and today we're going to continue with our series looking at the Aurora Public Schools supply list, specifically for the Aurora Hills Middle School here in Aurora, Colorado. Now, if you've watched our previous videos, we've learned how to add decimals and multiply decimals by whole numbers. We found out that the total supply list that we can see right here actually is going to cost $42.05 for one set at our local Target. Now we're going to learn how to multiply decimals by looking at what sort of discount we could get with this supply list. Alright, so when we look at this problem, we can find out that 5 sets of supplies at Target is going to cost a total of $210.25. We also know that it wants us to calculate the savings of 15% discount on the total. So if I'm going to answer a question like this, it's important to keep track of my information. So in order to do that, I'm first going to identify the information that's important. I know that I'm going to need the number 210 and 25 hundredths, or $210.25 in order to find savings, and I know I'm going to need the number 15% because that's my discount. I also know that I'm going to be looking at those savings, so I'm talking about money. I'm not actually going to use that 5 for the 5 sets. I only need to focus on my money. So now I'm going to multiply these numbers. When I know to multiply these numbers because I look here at the number or the word of. Of lets me know that I'm going to be multiplying. So I'm going to actually put a multiplication symbol right here to remind myself of that. Now finally, you'll notice that I'm using the lattice method for multiplying. This is because I have a 5-digit number that I'm multiplying by a 2-digit number. And for me, it's going to be a lot easier to keep these numbers in order and not get confused when I multiply by using the lattice method. Now, when I look at 15%, I know that 15% as a decimal is going to be 15 hundredths. So I'm going to change this number to 15 hundredths. And so again, I'm multiplying because of the word of 15 hundredths times 210 and 25 hundredths. If you remember from our last video on multiplying decimals, you should know that we do not line up our decimals. It just happens to be a coincidence in this case that the decimals line up. We're not concerned about those decimals until we get to the very end and we find our product. So now that I've finished, I can look back at the factors in my problem and I'm going to count the number of places after the decimal point. That will let me know how many places after the decimal I should have in my product. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm going to calculate the savings of a 15% discount, I know that I had to multiply decimals by decimals. The decimal in my price, as well as the decimal in the 15% that was converted to a decimal. When I did this, I just multiplied like normal. I used the lattice method to keep track of my information, and I waited to the end to put my decimal. So my savings here is going to be $31, and I'm going to have to round up, and 54 cents. And that's how you multiply decimals by decimals. Thank you for watching DLM Tutoring. Remember to like this video and subscribe so that you get new videos every Wednesday and Friday. Also, follow us on Twitter at DLM Tutoring and on Instagram at Deloach Loves Math. That's DELOACH TCHLOVESMATH. Deloach loves math. I look forward to seeing you here next time on DLM Tutoring.